Hello there guys, welcome to the channel and welcome back if you've been here before. Before I do anything else, let me say a huge thank you for the success of my two most recent videos. First of all, the Tamiya British 6-pounder, and then secondly the Italeri M978 fuel servicing truck. Both of those videos were really popular and I got some very positive and very useful comments and suggestions on them. So thank you very much for that, it is massively appreciated. And of course part 2 of both those builds will be up in the hopefully near future. Now in the vein of the British 6-pounder, I am in a bit of a old Tamiya kit phase at the moment, and I'm also in a bit of a construction phase. I'm much preferring building things to painting things at the moment. So this video is going to be a quick build of the almost contemporary of the British 6-pounder, the German Pak 40. This kit is another classic Tamiya release, this time being released in 1975 originally, and it was most recently re-released in 1985 I believe. Now this kit isn't to be confused with the recent 2025 release from Tamiya of the Pak 38. Or with the much older Pak 36, which I have built and is actually one of my most popular videos on my channel. This kit is a little bit hard to get hold of these days, and I did pay more than $1.99 for it. It's got that classic sort of envelope style box from Tamiya. We have the artwork down the side here. I have built the Pak 36 as I said. I do have the British 25-pounder in the stash with the crew. I've just built the 6-pounder, and a long time ago I have built the Flak 38. And then the old school instructions, which always bring a bit of nostalgia to me. And as I always say, you can tell it's quite an old version of the kit because when we get the paint markings, we don't have the colours in the XF numbers, we just have them in their descriptions, so matte black, desert yellow, etc. The XF paint range was released in the late 1970s, so I'm guessing that means this is the first release of this kit. Anyway, you can see a straightforward set of instructions there, just one side. Instructions for the figures in the left-hand column. And then some painting directions on the back of the box. Although of course there are lots of schemes that we could choose from. So I'll start the build while I tell you a little bit about the history of the Pak 40. So the Pak 40 entered service in 1942, and by the end of the war over 23,000 had been produced. It stayed in service and effective until the end of the war, and even by 1945 it could penetrate the armour of most Allied vehicles, with the only exceptions being the Sherman Jumbo, the M26 Pershing, and then later versions of the Churchill. The Pak 40 was first used on the Eastern Front, where it really was needed to combat the latest Soviet tanks of the time, including the KV-1 and the T-34. Ultimately, Germany used the Pak 40 on all fronts in which it fought, so we do have a lot of options there for paint schemes, including North Africa. In fact, several countries, including Albania, Czechoslovakia, Finland and Norway, and Hungary, continued to use the Pak 40 after World War II, so we have even more options in that regard. In fact, according to Wikipedia, the latest use of the Pak 40 was during the Indonesian invasion of East Timor, which was in 1975. If you want to see a Pak 40 today, there are various examples in museums around the world, including apparently at IWM Duxford, which is not far from me, although I can't think where that would be at the moment. I think probably in the old Armoured Warfare Hall, but of course that's shut down now, so maybe there is no longer a Pak 40 at Duxford. There are also examples in Vietnam, in Hanoi, in Texas and New Jersey in the US, in Canada and in Finland. Finland made use of the Pak 40 during the continuation war against the Soviet Union. And as I've been talking, you can see that I've actually almost finished the build. I'm just working here on the very distinct shield at the front of the gun. Most of this bottom piece here that the wheel's attached to is a single piece. Like the gun itself, the legs are movable, and I do tend not to glue those in position because when I put it in a scene, I don't want to end up gluing it in an incorrect position or an inconvenient position. We can see that rotates nicely still. The main gun mechanism fits in now, but I did leave this separate just to make painting easier. You can see that even though this kit only came out a couple of years after the 6-pounder which I previously built, there is quite a lot more detail on this kit, including that sort of double skin shield there. Then we have a few handles and other bits and pieces that go on the legs. And our gun is complete. We do get a crew of 3 with this kit, and they are the older style Tamiya figures, of course, so slightly chunky, especially compared to, well, their modern ones and to the sort of mini art or ICM figures. But I still think they're passable, and I think they do have a certain charm about them. And with those figures done, the Pak 40 is complete. I will paint the kit in a future video. The reason I haven't done it yet is because I haven't quite decided which scheme I'm going to go for. Most likely it will be Western Europe, but that's not definite at the moment. Of course, the problem is if I do a desert scheme or even an Eastern Front scheme, I will probably need different figures because of the uniforms. And I'm also thinking about some kind of setting where I could use the British 6-pounder and the German Pak 40 together. And I do have a few ideas for this, but I'm going to keep them to myself for now until they're a bit more set in stone. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this quick video. I would like to say thank you to all of you for watching, and special thanks to my YouTube supporters and Patreon members for their ongoing support of my channel. It is hugely appreciated. As always, I have lots of things in the pipeline, and you may have noticed I've got a few part 1 videos that I've done recently. I am working on part 2s for all of those, so do stay tuned if you would like to see an update. Until then, I'd like to say thank you again for watching, and until next time, have fun modelling.